In 2016, Samsung's Galaxy S7 has a headphone jack, expandable storage, a curved screen, water resistance you can actually use every day. That same year, Apple's iPhone 7 launches. It removes the headphone jack, no expandable storage, fewer features on paper than almost every rival next to it. And yet, that year, one company alone captures more global smartphone profit than every Android maker put together. That company is Apple. Apple was not losing the features war. Apple was not even playing it. By the end of this video, you will understand why Apple's biggest weakness is actually its biggest weapon. And if you build products, run a brand, or manage a marketing team, this lesson will change how you think about competition forever. Because most companies compete by adding. Apple built an empire by taking away. Let's go back to where this started. It is 1997. Steve Jobs walks back into Apple's headquarters in Cupertino. The company he co-founded is 90 days from bankruptcy. Apple's product line is a mess. There are more than 350 different products. Printers, cameras, a dozen versions of the Macintosh. Nobody, not even Apple's own engineers, can explain the difference between them. Jobs calls a meeting. He stands at a whiteboard. He draws a simple 2x2 grid. Consumer, professional, desktop, portable, 4 boxes. He turns to the room and asks one question. Which of our products belong in these 4 boxes? The answer becomes the most radical decision in the company's history. Kill almost everything else. Here is the challenge Apple faced. In the 1990s, the entire technology industry believes one thing: more is better. More products cover more customers. More features win more comparison charts. More options mean more sales. Compaq alone is selling more than 100 different PC models. Every rival is racing to add more RAM, more ports, more software bundled in the box. Meanwhile, Apple's own catalog has grown so wide that customers cannot tell one Macintosh from another. Sales are collapsing. The stock is near an all-time low. Analysts are openly writing that Apple should be bought or shut down. So what does Jobs decide to do? He does not add a new killer feature. He does not launch a cheaper model to compete on price. He cuts. Of roughly 350 products, he keeps around 10. Printers, gone. Cameras, gone. Entire divisions closed in a single year. Engineers who had worked for years on canceled projects are furious. Some quit. This decision does not just shape Apple's product line in 1997, it becomes the operating rule for every product Apple makes after, including one that does not exist yet: the iPhone. So here is what I want you to ask yourself. Why would a company at war for survival choose to sell less, not more? The answer is the same reason Apple later ships a phone with no headphone jack, no SD card slot, no removable battery, while charging more than anyone else in the category. Fast forward to 2007. Apple launches the iPhone. Reviewers immediately point out what it is missing. No physical keyboard, no copy-paste at launch, no multitasking, no expandable memory, ever in any generation to come. By spec sheet, competitors like Nokia and later Samsung offer more. But something strange happens. Customers do not choose the phone with the longest feature list. They choose the phone that feels the simplest to use. The same pattern repeats with the iPad. Android tablets ship in dozens of screen sizes and specs. The iPad line stays deliberately narrow. By 2016, the year of that headphone jack decision, Apple holds well under 1/5 of global smartphone shipments and still pulls in the majority of the entire industry's profit. Fewer features, higher price, bigger reward. That is the breakthrough moment analysts still study today. So what is the real concept behind this? Most people think Apple simply makes premium products, and premium means more power, more polish, more extras. That is wrong. Apple does not sell more. Apple sells certainty. It removes every choice that could confuse or slow the customer down, and that removal itself becomes the value. Break it into 3 parts. Part 1, subtraction as strategy. Every feature Apple leaves out is a decision, not a limitation. Fewer models, fewer ports, fewer settings menus. This means the customer spends 0 energy deciding. That saved energy feels like a premium experience. Part 2, the ecosystem over the spec sheet. Apple does not compete phone to phone. It competes iPhone plus Watch plus AirPods plus iCloud against a single Android device. This means once you own one Apple product, every added Apple product feels easier than switching to a rival. An AirTag looks pointless on its own. It becomes obvious the moment you already own an iPhone. Part 3. Simplicity as identity. A product that just works is not only for tech experts, it is for everyone. This means Apple's real customer is not the power user comparing spec sheets. It is the person who wants technology to disappear into the background of their life. Put these three together and you get a company that wins not by outbuilding its competitors, but by outdeciding them. Every feature Apple says no to is a feature it decided its customer does not need to worry about. That is not a weaker product. That is a stronger promise. Remember that headphone jack back in 2016? Millions of customers complained. Tech reviewers called it consumer hostile. Comedians made jokes about it on television. Apple did not apologize. It did not bring the jack back because Apple was never measuring the same scoreboard as everyone else. Competitors were counting features. Apple was counting how many decisions it could remove from your day. That is the real weapon, not what Apple adds to the box. What Apple has the discipline to leave out. If you want to apply this same thinking to your own product or brand, I build a detailed online course with detailed product concept analysis template, the exact framework I use to find what to cut, not just what to add. Enroll this online course at ryansconsulting.com. Link is in the description. In the next video, I break down the hidden concept behind a brand that failed by doing the exact opposite of Apple. Subscribe so you do not miss it.